I hate the swamp. I'm covered in gunk, and I lost me plow and boots. They were imported leather. Sorry, friend. Apologies for the mess and the smell. But you'll have to get used to it. You keep on this path of adventure, and you'll find yourself in a swamp sooner or later. They're right nasty places, full of water and muck that sucks your damned boots away. Flies and mosquitoes all over, and the monsters that dwell there are probably the worst of them all. You've got giant rotten plant monsters, man-eaten lizard folk, the undead, and giant frogs with tentacles. But the worst of any swamp dwellers are the black dragons. Sure, a green dragon is a vile schemer, but a black dragon is cruelty incarnate. They revel in suffering. Out of all the chromatic dragons, out of all of any dragon species, they are the embodiment of evil. Their cruelty knows no bounds. They make their homes in swamps because they love the rotted, filthy feeling of it. They're also called skull dragons, because the skin on their face is so thin you can see to the bone beneath. They have sunken eyes that burn a hateful green. And they don't have a plowing nose. They look like a skull on a dragon's body. They also got two horns that curve down and forward on either side of their flat head. It's constantly drooling slime and seems to have a wicked grin on its face at all times. They like to ambush their prey, but they aren't as careful as a green dragon. The black dragon will sink itself into the thick, murky waters of its swamp and slowly come up to its prey. Like a crocodile, they'll burst out with their jaws and clamp down, biting whoever is the smallest and seemingly weakest of the group. Then they delve back into the water. Their silky black scales make it easy to hide like that. You want to outswim it? Good luck. Black dragons are great in the water. They have webbed feet and can breathe water. Now you probably guessed it, friend, that it's hard to track things in a swamp. Even for a seasoned ranger like yours truly. But there are always signs when it comes to dragons. The black dragon's cruelties take on physical form near its lair. The sun will vanish beneath clouds and canopies. The water becomes foul and undrinkable. The air is full of rotting stenches. Thick clouds of flies and stinging insects swarm around the area. No natural wildlife could be heard. No bird songs, no croaking frogs, just silence and the buzzing of vermin. You'll know you're getting close when you get to what I like to call the pantry. Black dragons don't eat their food fresh. They prefer rotten meat. They store their kills in a pool of swamp water to pickle them and eat them weeks later. You could camp out near the pantry, and the dragon will come sooner or later, but I suspect you'll want to get out of the swamp as soon as possible. Can't say I blame you. So keep going. Look for rubble, crumbling old statues and walls and towers half sunk into the swamp. You see, nothing gives a black dragon more delight than knowing that it outlived an entire kingdom. They go to great efforts to settle in places that were once great civilizations, but have now fallen with very little left. Or they take these keepsakes back to their swampy lairs. The more you see, the closer you are. And why do they do that? Gives them pleasure. It's just part of their nature.
Do you know why I keep these? Why a broken watch over a diamond? A rusty coin over a mountain of gold? Because they are what your kind once called art and culture. So grand was this statue once. So beautiful this old painting. But look at them now. They crumble. They rust. They rot. The greatest heights your kind have ever reached now sink into my swamp. The bones of your greatest champions bubble at the bottom of my lair. I keep these because they remind me of how you fell and how I endure.
A black dragon will, of course, have several servants and slaves. They prefer anything that isn't smart enough to betray them. Plant monsters, golems, and most of all, the undead. Bring a holy person with you, clerics or paladins, to deal with the chaff. Be careful with heavy armor, or you'll risk sinking right into the swamp. And for the love of all the gods, don't take a horse. Now, after you deal with the minions, you got the dragon in its lair. The lair will be a place that is hard to traverse, thick with swamp waters and vines. There will be traps, of course. The most common are pits filled with acid. That's the breath weapon of a skull dragon. Acid. Bubbling. Caustic. It'll melt right through your armor, your flesh, and even your bones, turning ya into a fetid soup. So bring potions and magic items that can heal acid burns, or give you some protections. And make sure you got a backup weapon, just in case yours gets melted. Now the black dragon won't kill you with its acid breath, oh no. It may miss you on purpose, or just graze you, 'cause they want to see you suffer. When it comes time for the dragon to attack, or to run away, they sink into a watery pool in their lair. Black dragons can fly, but they don't like to fly. So have something to lure it out of the water. Lightning magic can give it a shock, or a loud declaration of heroism can challenge it out of its hiding spot. There is nothing a black dragon hates more than a fearless hero. They'll focus on you if you do that. The dragon will jump out of the water and drag a target under. Keep it on its toes. Don't let its jaws get a grip on you or anybody else. Keep moving. Now, a black dragon's got one major weak spot. Its eyes. They're real sensitive to light, and they're easily blinded. Use flash bombs, or magical light, or even just a good old-fashioned torch shoved in the eyes. Remember and beware the lair. The black dragon's magic can conjure up noxious clouds of disease, bring a spire of filth down upon you, or drag you helplessly into swampy muck. Try to stay on plant roots or stone bridges, anything to stay out of the swamp water. Let's assume you survive the battle, or even start winning. This is when the black dragon will do one of two things very unexpected. First, it will try to bargain for its life. A black dragon will always do what it can to stay alive. I'd be suspicious of it, but I wouldn't blame you for taking the deal. Oh, sure, the black dragon might want revenge and all that, but it won't go out of its way to find you for its revenge, not like a green dragon would. The black dragons hardly ever leave their swamp. It's just something to consider. Never force the dragon to beg or grovel before you. They still got that draconic pride, and if you ask it to beg, it'll be so insulted it just may fight to the death. Now, if you're real unlucky, the black dragon will summon a fresh army to deal with you. Don't ask me how the hell it does this, but the ancient black dragons have some kind of power over reptilian creatures of the swamp. Giant crocodiles, lizards, venomous snakes, and even the lizard folk that share in its territory. Fighting a skull dragon is like fighting the whole damn swamp. Of course, where there are risks, there are always rewards. The black dragon keeps its treasure hoard at the top of a crumbling old tower, usually. Here you'll find more than just gold and gems. You'll find lost treasures and artifacts from long-lost civilizations. That is a black dragon's favorite kind of treasure. Just a few pieces from that hoard could sell for 1,000 gold coins. To the right folks, of course. Finally, if you're looking for dragon eggs, you'll find them easy in a black dragon's lair. Aye, black dragons are terrible parents. They'll give up their eggs easy if it means sparing their own lives. But, getting those eggs is the hard part. They'll be floating in a pool of acid, so good luck getting them out without the aid of magic. What would old Derek do with a dragon egg? Just as soon leave 'em or smash 'em. Ah, don't give me that look. Black dragons are pure evil, like I said. And there's enough of that in the world as it is. Right, I'm going back into that swamp. What? You know how much those boots cost me? I ain't leaving them that easy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of Old Derek and my other content, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Leave a comment down below about how you love to run your black dragons in your games. And check out my Patreon so I can add to my treasure hoard and give you early access to all my content the minute it comes out.